Well, hi, welcome to my garden, or the Ecoburbia garden, I should say. It's had a lot of love this winter. So what you're looking at is a sort of mid to end of winter garden, and I'm just going to talk about a couple of features about it before we go and have a little closer look. So first thing is I make a map of my garden. So every season I sit down, so I've got a bit of water damage, so it's not special, but I sit down and I actually map out which things I planted where. And that gives me an idea of crop rotation for the following year. I don't use a lot of crop rotation because I add so much compost and various goodies to the soil in between each planting. But things like tomatoes I'd never plant in the same spot for 2 years in a row. So if you look at the garden, this is the south on this side, and we've planted a lot of citrus trees there. What we've done is we have citrus that come into season after each other. So we've got the oranges first. When the oranges are finished, one lot of mandarins come. When that lot of mandarins finish, the next lot of mandarins come, and the lime and lemon trees sort of produce a bit overall winter. So we also have on the north, maybe I'll point that out a bit later. Tim might be able to scan on over there. We have a large wall, and so what that means is we can plant deciduous plants along that wall, and they get a lot of shade in the winter time especially, which means that they're tricked into thinking that it's a colder climate than it is. Big mulberry tree in the chook pen gives them somewhere to kind of hide under in the shade in summer. It's an odd shape because the goats eat the lower branches. So those are the major trees. We've just put in 2 trees in the actual garden, annual garden beds. They're deciduous trees that will provide us with a bit of shade in summer so that we can grow more sensitive things underneath. So what have we got in the garden at the moment? Lots of brassicas, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, sorry. Got some garlic here, onions, carrots, broad beans, spinach, peas, what else? All the sort of winter things, lots of lettuce. We always keep a kind of lettuce ball going. We've got some potatoes in that back corner. We use some straw on those potatoes, so that's what the green weed-like looking bits and pieces are. And I suppose the main thing I wanted to point out with the garden is the successional planting that I've done. So you'll notice the first lot of brassicas have gone to flower. I've left those flowers there for the attracting of beneficial insects and bees and things. And then if you look to the right hand side, you'll see some that are just coming on now. We've got some here down in front of us that'll come after them. And then around the corner in this bed, we've got the next lot coming in, and then I've actually planted hopefully one last little lot here that will be quite hot by the time these guys come. So same with the broad beans and the carrots. We've got 3 beds of carrots that are all coming on at different times. And it just extends the amount of time. A lot of people go and buy like 3 punnets of broccoli and then put them all in at the same time, and then you eat a lot of broccoli soup and have a lot of broccoli in the freezer. So we're trying to make sure we've got fresh veggies for as long up the season as we can. So we'll head down the front of the house. Used to be the driveway, so what we've done is it was a really hot black concrete, so we've actually layered this in mulch, and the mulch breaks down, produces 2 functions really. One is it actually creates soil, so we can use that soil in the garden, and the other one is it actually cools it, so it provides the insulation layer so that that black concrete doesn't get really hot. So this is paragrass. It's a fodder crop for the goats, and so we tether them out here and they have a little nibble. We've got a bit of art on the verge here. This is the leftover bits from Tim's summer sand sculpture. He did Santa Claus has kind of been more than decapitated, half his body's gone. This is our book exchange. We have a large patch of sweet potato. I don't harvest the potato, we just leave it there all year. We kind of harvest as we want. We put our compost bays under a couple of olive trees, and that's partly because we have several members of the community that actually come and do compost with us, and so they're able to come quite easily without having to come into the property. We've got 3 bays there, lots of dry ingredients. Have to come to the composting workshop to learn more about that. This is a large hot compost pile that is mostly straw and things that have come out of the chook pen. And this is the smallest community garden in Western Australia. So we have 2 families that garden here right on the verge. We've put retic from our house, and yeah, it's fantastic to have people sharing that passion for gardening. And then the rest of the verge is actually endemic species that are also fodder crops for the goats. So again, 2 sort of functions: that wildlife habitat, beautiful space that used to be, you know, just grass, and also food for our animals. Okay, this is a project in development. So we've got the north here, beautiful grapevines that protect us a bit in summer. And so what I've done is I've got two propagation tables here. We've got the end of some winter stuff in here, some silver beet and beetroot, most of which I'll probably end up giving away. My mum gave me some poppies yesterday, and so I can actually lay out the seedlings that I'm propagating here. I find it quite handy because it's an area that I'll walk down, so I can keep an eye on them as far as making sure they're watered. Because summer's coming on and I want to get in a little bit early, I've actually put, hopefully you can see, I'm not too sure if this door's open. Yeah, there we go. So you can see my summer things are just starting to come up. So I've got a lot of tomatoes there, more than I'll need, but those people gardening on the verge can take those, some cucumbers, some dill, various bits and pieces there ready for some summer planting. So this warm weather is helping with that. So, you know, again, multifunction. This is our community room, also acts as a heat sink in summer, and I've been able to put my seedlings there as well.